Miss Alex, you got us going? All right.
We're recording and everything?
We're recording and ready to go. All right. We are good. Being the hour of 8 o'clock, I will call our meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Bobbitt.
Here.
Wrong.
Here.
Hess.
Hess is absent. I believe he has family sickness he's got to take care of, but we do have a quorum.
Okay.
Bow your head in prayer. Dear Heavenly God, Father, as we gather here today, dear Lord, let us be thankful for the many things you give us, dear Lord, and most of all for the rain that you have delivered to our parched earth, dear Lord. It's good for our crops and good for our soul. I ask that you be with those that are traveling during this time of year, dear Lord, from the summer months, that you will keep them all safe, dear Lord, as they travel across our state and through our county. I ask that you be with our workers, whether they are county employees or in the private sector. Be with all of them, dear Lord, and ask that you watch over, guide, and protect them. I ask that you be with our leaders, from our president to our senators and congressmen and all of those that are elected public officials, down to our state and even to us, dear Lord. Give us guidance and directions as we make decisions here today that are for our people, that we will open our hearts, still them, and listen to you. I ask this all in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Pat, would you lead us in the salute to our flag, please?
Yes. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry about that.
That's
I didn't realize you were playing.
That's all right.
And then
Good morning.
clanged all around.
You're fine. All right. We are down to item 4.
Oh, I acknowledge that the
That's my
agenda.
pen.
Well, here, you take it. I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
All right. Thank you. Consider an act on approval of minutes for July 23rd, 2018, and I just sent you mine. I had people in my office.
Yeah,
I kept saying,
Yeah.
I got to get to my meeting.
I apologize. My kids were here this week
That's all
too, and
right.
I had them halfway done, but not all the way done.
That's
And I
fine.
have agendas here for you. Did she get you?
Well,
Well,
we got them off
we-
the end of the
Okay.
table,
Would
but
you have a long
yes,
one?
I can
Yeah.
write all my notes at the
Yeah.
bottom. Thank you.
There you go.
That being said, if all the corrections are done that you sent in, I move to approve.
Okay. Ronk motion. Second. Excuse me.
Okay.
Second. Ronk moved. Bobbitt second to approve the minutes from July 23rd, 2018. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess. Oh, Hess is not here. So
Yeah,
absent.
absent. Yes.
And is he?
He's
other-
family. His family. He had to take care of some family
Okay.
illnesses.
Okay.
Okay. Motion carried. Comments from the public on the below agenda items?
None.
None. Transfer of appropriations. Do we have any transfers?
I do, and then we may want to hold off on this one until we get that back from Dusty, because here's the billing on the SIG,
Okay.
until we get that split out.
Okay. Let's
Or
see.
do you want me to go ahead and...
Well, let me think now here. That's due the 30th of July, so we probably will have to
Get
pay
what's
that.
split out.
The courthouse, the fairgrounds.
Well, the fairgrounds isn't going to be able to. We're going to have to transfer money for them to finish paying off anyway.
Okay, right here's the fairgrounds. The fairgrounds is 6,600, and yeah, but we got to keep it straight, Pat. How much we owe?
I understand that, but the fact that the fairgrounds paying for their own, we've got to transfer money from general to the fairgrounds to finish paying off anyway. Remember, like we had talked.
And yeah, as long as it's paid back before the end of
The fiscal year,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they can't afford to pay that anyway. That's what I'm saying.
But we need to document that. We have
That's
to.
fine.
We
Make
have
a
to.
paper
We
trail.
have to
Fine.
make a paper trail. So
Right.
we still need to do that. We're going to go ahead and pay that, Cindy, but we do need to make a paper trail
Okay,
on that.
and I understand
Set
what
on
you
the
need to happen.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, I
so
can do that.
we can do that.
Yeah.
In fact, I would prefer we make 2 payments, Cindy. Make one for the general and one for the expo, showing that so that we can track that very easy.
Okay,
So split that out. Double check on that amount.
okay.
And make
Yeah,
sure
Dusty
that's all
emailed
of
back,
theirs.
but I didn't really read his email,
Okay.
but he had emailed
So
back.
yeah, so but make 2 purchase orders.
Sure,
Are,
sure.
are those purchase orders in this payment for
Probably,
today?
so we need to pull
Pull
that
that
out.
and have her make another one.
Okay,
If she
okay.
could do that.
Well, how about when we get to it, we can.
Okay, whenever
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
to it. All right. So with that being said, we probably need to go ahead and make the transfer to pay for that.
I move to approve the transfer.
Second.
Okay. Ronk moved, has seconded to approve the transfer of appropriation from the, what is it? From,
Contingent, or,
from contingency to county government, $30,974. And after we approve our budget, that has to go back.
right, okay.
Okay. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Yeah, you probably need to have Alex
I'll have her call
call
Dusty
Dusty
real
and make
quick.
sure that that
Yeah.
amount is $6,655.
I'm just
665.
getting started on that.
$6,655 is, but I don't see. I think that's it. That's all I see there.
I just now saw the 8 o'clock.
Okay.
There you go. All right, we're down to.
Oh, yes, but I'll make a note that it's, I got it wrong. Well, no, those are,
This has my numbers on it. That's how
then it, yeah, okay, I just boo-booed. Okay, on
I
that
just
one.
wondered.
Okay,
Was
yeah.
mine or not?
Yeah.
Item B, error correction, $85 PO 4377 encumbered to the wrong account in fiscal year 1718. So,
You need to sign there too, Ben.
Oh, I missed that.
It's all right.
I just went to where the stickers were.
Gotcha.
all right, so we need to make a motion to approve the transfer of funds.
Hi,
I-
can you call
I make a
Dusty,
motion to approve the
first song and
$84
verify
PO
or,
4377 transfer.
we're gonna need to change,
Second.
the, we're gonna split
Is that
out
okay?
the SIG from the fair board, or fair, and I know they don't have enough money, so we're gonna work all that out, but we just need to know the amount for the fair board. And we think it's $6,655. Yeah, and
Thank
ask
you,
him
Paul.
if he can
Double check
get
that.
right back to us, because we're gonna go ahead and get it out and get it paid today.
We'll need to change that one
So we'll
PO.
need to change the PO and have two different POs. So we'll
Same
need to
account.
encumber a PO for the fair board.
But it can come out of that account, 'cause that we can pay it out of that
think
account.
you
That just gives
need
us
to
a
sign
tracking
that.
on it because they don't have the money.
Wow, I'm really
Right,
missing
well,
it.
do you want
It's all
to,
right.
do you want us to pay it two separate checks, or do
I
you
didn't
want us
think
to
you'd be
do
here,
a
man.
transfer and put an explanation on the transfer?
What do you think would be best, Cindy?
Well, like Alex said, doing the transfer would be easier
Let's
than
do
doing
that.
two POs. So, okay, so we'll do that, and we'll just make really good, and we'll
No,
put
wait a
all
minute.
this.
Wait a minute. She's going to make one PO and do a transfer. I'd rather have two POs so we can track it. You can-
Okay, all right, well, if you'll call and verify the amount, and then when we get to that, then I'll buzz you back with what we need you to do, okay? Thank you. Okay, bye.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the error correction on PO 4377 to do the transfer. All in favor?
Bobbit?
Aye.
Wrong?
Aye.
Hess?
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
I move to review purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll second that motion.
Ronk moved, Hess seconds to review the payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit?
Aye.
Wrong?
Aye.
Hess?
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. See, I don't know. I don't know. I think that if you have two POs, you can take them out of the same account.
Sure.
Yeah, but I
I
thought
see
that,
what
that,
you're
you, that,
saying,
that
and
you've
then
got
we can
this
put-
PO and you've definitely got a track record
Oh,
of
okay,
that.
okay.
And because they don't have the money anyway, and then you're going to keep in a journal over here what they're going to have to pay us back to
Okay,
contingency.
okay. Yeah, we can, so just do them both out of the same, out
Account.
of the SIG account, out of
Yeah,
the benefit.
the insurance account.
Insurance benefit account is what it's, I believe
Yes.
it's called. And, but yes, okay, I
It
see what
should
you're
be.
saying.
Yeah.
Here's the sorted. Here's the travel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. So, Oh, those are all. Oh, I'm sorry. Are these the ones that are
Yeah.
mine? Oh,
Yep.
sorry. No,
Those
Max
are-
has got to sign those.
Well, I mean,
Oh, am I?
you were here and
Okay,
anyway, so
okay, we're doing it this
Yeah.
direction.
whatever way's easiest.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running.
Path the least
Yeah,
resistance.
let's use it. That's the way we're used to that anyway. I'm gonna look at this budget here real quick.
Creatures of habit, huh?
Yeah.
Max, here's your copy of the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna have to have them switch this. This is so backwards.
That's your copy.
We'll get it fixed for you.
Oh, it
I have
was,
one-
yeah,
I have
okay.
one if you want me to go.
No, I just these
Hard
pages
one.
should be over
Yeah,
here, and these
yeah,
pages should be
they're
over.
opposite.
So I'm looking at them backwards. So let's see.
Okay, this is gonna be the sign pile now.
Okay, you missed
Oh,
one.
what?
Okay, Cindy. Here. So yeah. So take both of them out of that account like you did.
Right.
Right, and then you'll make two
Right.
POs.
No, I just
And
missed it.
then we'll
Okay.
know that it'll be easier to track because
He
you can
would
take.
send it this morning. He emailed back and said he would send it, but I don't have a figure.
Okay. Can you call him back and tell him that we won't make that payment then till
He
August?
did, he wouldn't answer his phone.
Oh, got you. I got you.
But I can
Okay.
email him and.
Just tell him that, yeah, because we apologize. We're going to be a week late on our payment because we'll just pull that PO.
Okay, and then
Yeah,
we'll-
tell him we're going to be, we apologize that we didn't catch that earlier, but till we have the figures, we can't make the payment. Thank you. Max, you want to hand me the blankets if you're done with them?
I haven't got any done
Oh, you
yet.
haven't gotten done. Okay.
I'm just
You're fine.
done now.
You're
with the
fine.
first folder.
You're fine. There we go.
Now, did we get this, is this divided in half?
Yeah, I just signed the other half
Okay.
in this folder.
And that was for 16.
No, it was for 15 and 16. It's on a 2-year deal.
Okay. Well, I wasn't.
Or no, 16 and 17.
I wasn't
sorry.
involved in that. In
Yeah,
15.
yeah, 16. It's for the Floyds.
Based on emissions reported in 16.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, he said he was telling me that's a 2-year deal. They just bill it every 2 years.
Cindy?
Oh, good grief.
Hi, I was trying to get a hold of Brandon. Can you give him a call and just remind him that he's got stuff on the agenda this morning? Okay, and that the meeting was at 8 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. So, I mean, we're not to that yet, but I just wanted to make sure. So, all right, thank you. Bye.
I think he was doing a safety meeting at my shop.
Oh.
Here's a, what time are we supposed to open the bids?
9:30.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, here's that.
Okay. Thank you.
We got a lot of POs for being the 5th Monday of the month.
I think she was wanting to knock out some of them before next week.
Hopefully it should go easy on you next week.
Ah,
Yeah, 'cause we got payroll next week.
Yeah. Today,
Friday.
Friday was your birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
yeah.
How old? She's asking.
46.
No.
46 young. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
You know,
Odd to be 46 again.
my dad used to say, who died at 54, he used to say, well, if I'd have known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself.
Yeah. Well.
That's how Warren was 54.
Mm-hmm. Max, would you want to hand me those blankets?
Okay. I'll have to give them to you here. I got part of them signed.
Oh, okay. Well, then just go ahead and.
Well, I can give them to you. I just get this here out of the way. I got them signed already.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it don't matter, but we're after 9:30 yesterday.
Or 8:30.
8:30.
Creature of habit, aren't you?
Yeah.
Started too early.
I withdraw that.
We're at 9:30
Rewind.
Eastern time.
Rewind.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Max,
Yes.
can you tell me why Brendan find diesel for a gas pickup?
I don't know.
Is it for a generator?
Well, he filled that light plant back up
Oh, maybe
that he
that-
borrowed from.
Oh yeah, that would be on diesel.
Yeah, we probably ought to document that.
Okay.
That was for the city of Medford. No, that was for the.
Well, it was at Medford, but that was for that drowning.
Okay,
Up there.
why don't you just write that on there so we know
Okay.
what that was for?
How do you spell victim?
VICTIM.
T-I-M. Thank you.
I'm with Max. It should be you. Sounds like you.
Victim.
Yeah, Dumb has you.
Well, I am not as good a speller as I used to be. I do that, but anymore now it seems complicated.
I won the best speller award in 5th grade.
It was a proud day.
And almost 40 years later, I still hang my hat on that.
Well,
And that was only the 3rd time through 5th grade.
English never was my strong suit, but when I graduated high school, they said I was the 4th best speller out of our class.
Out of 4, that's pretty good.
It wasn't bad.
Out of 5.
Out of 3.
Out of 3.
You know
4 out
that?
of 4.
I guess that's the deal there, isn't it?
Went to a small country school.
Yeah, there was 124 in my class.
Where did you go to school?
Chaparral. Anthony and Harper. I live just
Why are you doing
right
a
on the
$50,000
north side
blanket
of
with
the border.
CED. It's we're doing that crack seal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That
I forget
deal.
about that.
Yeah, it's an interlocal agreement.
You're
We
right.
need to make sure we attach that interlocal agreement to that
For what?
The crack seal.
crack seal.
Oh.
I forget that they provide a service.
How are they doing on yours, Cindy?
Well, the first they've got mile and a half. It takes them 2 days to do a mile. I've got so many.
Okay.
So the first half mile's really, really good. We was just he came in this morning. That's who called me. Donnie Head. I got a few discussion points I need to talk to him on. Bless you.
Thank you.
how many pounds of rock did you figure per mile?
I can't. I've got it wrote down. Seemed like, don't quote me on this, but it seemed like roughly 6 semi-loads per mile. I think that's fairly close, I think.
Yeah.
Are our rain chances over with, or is there
No,
still some more?
we got some more today.
I kept hearing it, but then I looked out and I couldn't see.
You know how I know when it rains? Gary's daughter comes into my room
In pants.
she's scared. She's right in my ear. It's your little weather vane. She's scared.
Used to every time the snow was Ronnie's house, we all lived out on the farm. And he would go and Nick would go and rip the screens off trying to get in. And it wouldn't just do ours. We'd go do the neighbors. And we could pay for more people's children. Her name was Tina. She was a beautiful dog.
You worried too?
Yeah, I thought, I'm going to go ahead and move those just so they don't. I'm not sure what my luck is today.
Cindy's trying to take her luck.
Well, I was looking at them and I thought, okay, well, that other one's got a few in there.
Max, you need to sign your back page.
You know, I looked at everybody's but mine.
That's good.
Yeah, I guess so. Golly.
We need a motion to approve the
Aye.
payment of purchase orders.
I make a motion that we approve purchase orders and travel claims.
Second.
Hess moved, Wrong seconded to approve the payment of purchase orders and travel claims as presented. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Blankets. Oh man.
I move to approve blanket purchase orders.
I'll second that.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the payment of, or to approve blanket purchase orders. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. What is that for?
oh, that's the, that pipe removal that I called you about.
Oh, yeah. Cindy called and said that they had a question on, was it the pipe,
Well, Scott,
10-foot piece of pipe or 12-foot piece of pipe, that whenever they replace the air conditioning unit, that with the new one, that is going to be very hard to get to because the unit is bigger and stuff. They wanted to know about going ahead and replacing
because
that
there was
now.
sewer gas coming up, and so.
And they smelt sewer gas up there, and they needed to replace the pipe now. Scott thought that it needed to be done.
Well, the
Okay, so
plumber
this was
did-
outside the contract.
Yes, it was
Okay,
outs-
so you are taking this out of that construction account, the same one that we're paying all of the construction of the courthouse.
Oh, no, but we can.
That's where that used to come out of.
Okay. Let me just put in, I think it's 4110, but I want to make sure, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told them it would be all right to go ahead and.
Well, what they said was because of the unit they're putting back in, if they don't, they could cap it off, but if they don't go ahead and replace it now and it becomes a problem later,
How do you get
that
to
you
it?
would have to remove the whole unit to get back to
Yeah.
that pipe.
Right.
And it would cost way more than $900. And that was a high estimate. He thought it would be lower than that, so we did it as a blanket.
That's good. Thank you.
I'll double check that number, but I'm pretty sure that. If I have my notes figured out, pretty sure that's it. And I'll double check it. That was actually on Thursday, I believe, not on Friday, because you were in I think you were in meetings.
Oh,
Because I went here.
Yeah.
I went to a meeting on Friday.
then meetings Thursday and Friday.
Thursday. Oh, you
Yeah.
have meetings on Friday too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to ACO down there and have them not schedule ending day for our conference anymore. The last, the time, not the last time, but the time before, I had to come home for a funeral,
Oh dear.
and I'm gonna have to come home for a funeral again this time.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, don't like that.
No.
One of my best friends, or my best friend's mother passed away.
Oh.
Hi, we're not quite ready. I was just checking to see if you're there. Okay, I'll holler at you when we're ready. Thank you. Bye-bye. Can I put them up? Those little hot plate.
They're for our coffee to keep them warm, so yeah. Max uses his pretty regularly.
One would probably be good
I
enough.
bought those.
Well, I just thought I'd put
Yeah.
them. I mean,
Yeah.
if
I don't ever use them. Does Alex know the POs are ready?
no, you want.
You go ahead. Go into it.
Hello, POs are ready, and we're just finishing up the blankets. Thank you. Bye bye. A big old pile of blankets.
I like these slowly. I was gonna let them spill on the floor, but Cindy Sue said no. She picked them up.
She was kind of watching them, and I started watching them. They're sitting here, probably kind of just gathered up to scoot them over. All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
All right. Let's see. It's not 9:30, so we cannot open the bids yet. We can go down to item F to rebid the phone fax quote for 20-18 for drainage project for the Grant County Expo Center in Pond Creek.
No action as they didn't. I've got to get back with them.
They never did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, no action at this time. Okay, DEQ Tier 2 filing fee. Possible changes in fee schedules.
that's Brandon's. Let me grab it.
Did Phil Ransom come
Okay,
in?
you're on. Thank you. Bye.
Did Phil Ransom come in and talk to you or Penny?
I haven't seen Phil.
Okay, he stopped by my shop Friday and was wanting to know where they stood for sure on the fairgrounds.
Max that in on our agenda.
I know
We're
it's
gonna have to
not.
wait if you.
I'm
you
not.
wanna-
I'm
yeah.
just asking them if they.
Hello.
So, what are we on first?
Tier 2.
Tier 2 filing fee.
Okay. I was bringing this to the board to see if we can make a change to the way we do our Tier 2 filing fees. So right now we do a tiered billing. So we bill on depending on how many sites they have in the county. A lot of other counties do one flat fee, and that's what I was asking if we could move to just one flat fee for everybody.
I think that's set by statute. Does the statute say we can do that?
What do you mean set by statute? I think
Oklahoma statute, I think, sets those filing fees.
I can tell you that I know of 4 other counties in our area who do a flat fee. That's all they do. Not, it doesn't matter how many
What
sites
counties
they
are
have.
those?
Well, I know for sure Blaine County does. Texas County does. Garfield County did whenever they were doing them, but they quit even billing that out anymore. And
Woodward?
Woods County is looking into doing it as a flat fee.
why don't you check with the, it's not Tom, who was that guy, Max, that used to run the Sarah Title too? It was
Tom Bergman.
Yeah,
yes,
Bergman.
Tom Bergman. Would you contact him and see if how those fees are, if they're not set by Oklahoma statute, who sets them? Maybe the Corporation Commission, and just see if we can do that.
Okay.
I don't think I have a
I
problem
just
with
know
it.
that, well, it came up at our last EM meeting, and we were talking about the Tier 2 filing stuff. And I was like, well, we do tiered, they ask what we charge and whatnot. And I said, well, it depends on how many sites we have. And a lot of other counties are like, well, we just do one flat fee for everybody. And I was like, well, that would make it so much easier on billing and keeping track of everything if it was just one flat fee for everybody. Plus, we could increase what we bring into LEPC by a little bit. And I think that would just be easier and better if we could do that.
I personally don't have a problem with it as long as it's legal. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Because
check
I
with
was
Tom.
thinking
Do
that.
I need to have him send something? in
Yes,
writing saying that's
yes.
okay?
We used to have that original when we was doing it out of my office before we had an emergency manager, and we was sending it. We had a standard letter, and for some reason I thought we cited a statute or a law of why we could do that and the fee rates. So
I'll check with him.
just check with them on that.
Okay. Well, like I said, when I started, this is what you guys had in place, so I didn't know if this was just what you guys came up with or how that worked out, because, like I said, I was checking with other counties and they just do a flat fee. So, okay, I will call Tom and then I'll have it on the next board meeting.
That'd be great.
That is not a problem. Next, our FEMA grant application I have on here. That is not ready yet. I have not been able to meet with NODA yet. So I'm meeting with them hopefully this afternoon to help me finish this application. But I do have our lobbying paperwork here. It just needs to be signed by the chairman. Because this is the one that says that we completed it on submission, but he said that we still need to have it filled out and signed by our chairman of the board. So if you guys want to take a look at that.
So we want to note that no action on G or H. Now we're on
Right.
G, yeah. On G, just put on there that Brandon's going to check with Tom Bergman to see what legally. H, no action. He needs to meet with NODA.
Yes.
Now we're on I.
Yeah.
We're on I.
And I can tell you that last week at the NODA meeting, we had a guidance meeting for our NORPO, and she sat by me and said that she was ready to get started on that.
Yep.
Pam.
Patty. No,
Patty, yeah, knew Pam wasn't right. Patty Licklider.
Yep, and like I said, we signed a lot of our stuff last week. This is one more thing, and then we have our FEMA application. But there's a lot of stuff that she has to help me with and the state has to help me with, because I don't know what a lot of these numbers that they're asking for are. So it's stuff they'll have to learn me. So
This statement regarding lobbying, just saying that we're not going to use any federal funds to pay lobbies, and we're not going to try to bribe anybody with federal funds, and that we're not going to give any award type of documents for subcontractors awards. We're not going to try to influence anybody in the agency or member of Congress or anybody like that with these funds. So do we have any problem with signing that?
I make a motion that we sign that letter.
Hello, we're almost
Second.
to your item. Do you just want to come down real quick? All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
On item I, Hess moved, Ronk seconds to sign the Grant County Hazard Mitigation Plan certification regarding the lobbying. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. And then that Cindy will need a copy of that and finish filling that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you.
thank you. I think that was it for me.
Looks like it.
I don't see
We
any.
got hold of you last week.
Yeah.
You got your own. You had like a whole paragraph like that long.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Get
make it as short as
You're the
possible.
reason I had to go to page 3.
There, that's all your stuff.
I said I'm sorry. And then I'll come get that from you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Item J, consider sponsorship of showmanship plaques for Grant County. Cassie, is she on her way
Yes,
down?
she's on her way.
She's on her way, okay. And item K, has that been signed by the DA?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've got a copy of the old one too. I'll get to that one.
While we're waiting for her to come down, why don't we move on to item K, Pittsburgh County Juvenile Detention Contract. Per day rate of $65.84, and it has been approved as to form only by Stephen Young.
I move to approve the juvenile detention contract for this fiscal year.
I second that.
Ronk moves, Hess seconds to approve the Pittsburgh County Juvenile Detention Contract for FY 18-19 at a rate of $65.84 per day. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Okay, there's two of them there to sign.
And I kind of busied on the agenda. I put all the correct information except I put District 2 and it's actually Treasure. But I've got...
Oh, we can
clarify
that as a
Okay.
typo.
Okay.
So this is for a printer and a public view all desk. Let's see, a printer and a public view all desk. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the declaration of surplus 98-2018
Aye.
for the Treasurer's Office?
I move to approve the surplus of the printer.
And public
Second.
view. Okay. Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve Resolution 2018-98 for the printer and the public view all desk as listed, and please let the minutes reflect that it was a typographical error on the agenda that shows D2, and it's actually for the Treasurer's Office. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Declaration of surplus 2018-100, 2019 Mack trucks, 3 of those trucks.
Yeah. I move to approve the resolution for declaration of surplus 2018-100 for the 3 Mack trucks from District 3.
I'll second that motion.
Ronk move has second to approve resolution 2018-100 for 3 Mack 2015 Mack trucks for District 3. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. And Patty, you need to sign in 2 places. Declaration of surplus 2018-101 Sharp 2500 MXM Sharp. This was the printer that was in the county commissioner's office that does not work. That's why we got rid of it. We thought we could use it. It does not work, so we are going to surplus it and dispose of it. So
I make a motion that we approve the surplus of the 2018-101 Sharp 2500 MXM printer.
Second.
Hess moves, Ronk seconds to approve the declaration of surplus 2018-101 Sharp 2500 MXM for District 2. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
All
Aye.
ayes, motion carried unanimously. Resolution for disposing of said equipment, Sharp 2500 MXM.
We're gonna sell it or we're gonna junk it?
It's not worth. No,
Okay.
we're gonna put it in the dumpster.
I move to dispose.
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to dispose of the resolution 2018-101 Sharp 2500 MXM copier. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Resolution 2018-99 ODOT County Road and Machinery Equipment Revolving Program. Does anybody, this is our ODOT, the new list is coming out. I don't know where we're at on the list, but the money is still there. So if you want to buy trucks or with that 3% or
Yeah, this is a new-
graders or this brand new year.
This is a brand new year,
Brand
new
new year,
round.
new round.
So you can apply.
So do you want to think about that, or do you want to make a
Yeah, I'm not ready to make a decision myself.
on that? Okay. All right. No action, Cindy, but we probably will discuss this again. You might put it on in about maybe the 1st of October or something for
Okay.
reconsideration.
Yeah, it's got to be done by the 1st.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
it's
so it
said.
has, yeah, it does have to be turned by, so it would need to go on our 24th of September agenda if you did, if
Okay.
you put that back on the
Sure.
agenda for the 24th. So no action at this time. Alrighty. Let's return to item J. I need a motion to return to item J.
I so move.
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to return to item J. Consider sponsorship of showmanship plaques for Grant County. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion passed unanimously. Hello, Miss Cassie.
Do you need me?
We've done. You just want to just bring us up to date that what we've done in the
So,
in the
yeah,
past.
it's the same 8 plaques. We'll order them from the same place, so they'll probably be about the same amount. Katina was going to try and pull up that invoice from last year and see what we did and make sure we could do the same price and go ahead and order them today. We have to get our office back to organized chaos at least. So
You got new windows?
we have two new windows. They drilled through the wall though last week while we were closed, and they didn't tell us they were going to use water, and it's all over everything. It's down like my big plot map on my wall that's old. Like it's all down. There's stuff that ran down it, and there's water specks all over my computer. They didn't drop off anything.
You need to let them know.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
ugly.
say.
I took pictures.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, get them to me and I'll talk to Larry.
Yeah, Larry
Yeah.
Hand
Dust
needs to
is
know.
understandable, but my water spots on everything is kind of frustrating. So once we get everything back in and the printer
When
and
is
stuff back
the
for-
when is the Grant County Free Fair?
the 5th through the 12th. No, not the 12th. The 10th. I was like, wow, I'm going longer.
7-day fair.
5th
Wow.
through the 8th. September?
Yes.
September.
5th through the 8th.
September 5th through the 8th. Okay, Grant County Free Fair. Alrighty.
And there are some changes to the schedule.
Oh, okay.
We moved the livestock show to Thursday evenings where people can watch it.
All of it? Pogs and everything?
Yes,
Oh.
all of it. Yep, all of it.
And they
We'll
help you
start
on
with
your
chickens at 5, and then everything else.
help you
will
on your
follow.
judges too, won't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because you've always had to have split them because 2 days and
Yeah.
travel. That'd be great.
So the judges and superintendents won't have as many days to deal with either. But and then Saturday they tried to get the free meal and stuff moved down to the fairgrounds, but the bank wasn't quite ready to do that yet. They're worried about space and heat and things like that. So they won't move it this year, but they said we could talk about it again next year and see once they see how things are run. So, but we are going to do a petting zoo and some games and stuff like that on Saturday. And we changed the pickup time to between 3:30 and 4 so that it gives people more time to get over there and actually look at things. And the tractor pool will be at the fairgrounds too, so that'll pull some people in.
That'd be good.
So
That'd be great.
I would make a motion to pay for the sponsorship of the showmanship plaques for the county fair.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the sponsorship showmanship plaques for the Grant County Showmanship Free Fair. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, well, that brings us down to item Q, AT&T invoicing after fiber optics.
We had some success. We're getting closer, I think. Stephen and I, well, Stephen did most of the talking,
Very good.
but I don't know if he wants to come down and, because we're going to need to go. Hi, Stephen, it's Cindy. We're in the board meeting. Do you want to come down, or can you come down and talk about the AT&T or
Invoicing.
the invoicing? Oh, okay, okay. Well, it's on the, I mean, I have it on the agenda.
The AT&T invoicing
Yeah.
after fiber optic line. It's
Okay.
not the bill.
Well, invoicing.
Invoicing, AT&T invoicing after fiber optic
Okay,
lines.
all right,
Installed.
thank you.
Okay.
You know, he says, I thought we didn't get on the agenda, but it's, I mean, we're not, we just need to talk. We talked to or Stephen came down and, we did find the state contract where we are under state contract. So we have those signed copies and they recognize now that we are, cause that, you know, but she said where the issue is that we need to make payment, but I think he's working on trying to get that. We finally got a copy of the quote from Tim, which he'd never provided to me before, but I was able to get, or he got that to us.
We need to get all of that phone stuff out of the sheriff's office
Yeah.
and into the clerk's
Yeah.
office. And when we discuss that, put that on the agenda for Monday for him, and that needs to be done. That needs to come
I
out of
asked
there.
him for documentation, and if he'd have provided that documentation to me 6 months ago, it would have been very helpful.
Yeah. So we need. Okay, here he comes. Stephen, look at what we have on the agenda. There. This is what we have listed on our agenda.
Item Q.
Item Q.
Okay.
So are we covered for what we need to discuss?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Alrighty. You have the floor.
Apparently, we have not been paying our AT&T phone bill since about September of last year. It looks like when Tim Wilkerson ordered the phone line, you know, it all went through the board. It was all approved for the board to go in, and it was installed, and the phone bill was going to the sheriff's office. And apparently, Sherry Yulberg did not like the fact that the bill was going to the sheriff's office and called AT&T and asked to have it moved to the courthouse. And so whoever did it at AT&T then drew up a new line to come into the courthouse. That error wasn't discovered until Tim Wilkerson received a second router to come in. And so then when we started actually receiving billing from AT&T, we received billing for 2 lines instead of 1 line. And so whoever Sherry was working with at the time told her not to pay until they got it cleared up. And so we've been getting double billed since September, and we've not been paying the bill. So we're probably getting close to having our lines cut off, our internet service cut off here at the courthouse. We're working with AT&T to try to correct the building. In the meantime, I would suggest to the commissioners that we pay pursuant to our agreement with AT&T for one line, and that line was to the sheriff's office. And I don't have the quote in front of me, but Tim, no, it was 13 something. I can go get the quote. Let me go get the quote. I'll be right back.
I said I've got it over there in my office.
Do we have any requests and comments?
No.
I guess it looks like it's getting kind of cloudy now.
Yep.
If we aren't getting close to being cut off, the lady said she would make sure we did not get cut off. Teresa Hanton, because she and just so you'll know, she kind of vented to us that AT&T has some real major problems, and she said we are nothing compared to some of the problems that they have on their billing. And what I expressed to her was that it's very frustrating that you talk to one person and they say they'll take care of it, and then and you've dealt with them for 6 months or a year and they're still not taking care of it. And she seemed very frustrated with the people, and she flat out said that. She goes, I'm just so irritated at the people that didn't handle it before, because she said it wasn't even my group, but it's, I think, moved up the chain enough that we're getting something done on it now.
But we do need to get that bill moved over to that's where the billings are supposed to come.
They are coming here now.
Okay.
They aren't going to the sheriff's office.
Okay.
But that, I think, is what initially, it was what I was told initially, that it was from when they were doing the install that she had the contract.
Okay. It's $1,396.75.
So
That's the state contract price?
that is the pricing quote that Tim Wilkerson received from AT&T, and it's my understanding is that is the state price.
This is dated, quote date was 8/19 of 2016. It was for a term of 24 months.
And so, I mean, we have not been paying our AT&T bill for that, and so my suggestion to the county would be to pay that amount for each month that we have not paid, and then to continue to pay that amount until we get our billing corrected. It's possible that Sherry Hulberg obligated the county to that second.
Stephen, I don't think so.
I don't think she did.
We've had this issue, and this has been brought before the board. She did not.
Okay.
I think it's been on their end. We have been trying to get it done because it was in the sheriff's office, and we kept saying that bill needs to come. Our bills by statute are supposed to come to the county clerk's office for payment. And that was the problem. When bills get sent to the sheriff's, they don't get brought over here and they don't get paid timely. So we was getting the bills brought over here where they're supposed to be.
You know, I think she could have signed up for electronic billing.
I wouldn't know, and I
so
don't
that would
know about that.
That would have resolved that problem.
I would rather have a paper bill than electronic billing, because with everything that gets moved over to trash, and I think
as of right now, that moving that phone, that having that paper bill would require them to put in the line here to the courthouse, and you would have to pay.
For them to send us a paper bill, we have to have a second line put to the courthouse.
We get a paper bill right now.
Right there's our paper bill.
Okay.
We've never been on electronic billing.
Right. Well, I mean, that's why we got the second phone line.
We got a second phone line so we could get a paper bill.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to
That
me.
doesn't make sense to me either. They want us to pay an extra $1,400 a month to send us a paper bill.
Yeah, AT&T, when they bill, they bill to your location where the phone line is installed.
So are they billing through the phone line to you? Or are they billing it through the internet? Or
I don't know. We've got to get it fixed, but in the meantime, we haven't been paying them anything.
yeah, we've got them all. We've got it all set aside for
and
every
so-
account. We've got them encumbered from last year. We do have them encumbered for last year. Everybody's got an
Yeah.
amount encumbered.
Right.
We just haven't paid it.
Right.
Because-
AT&T's received zero from
Right.
us.
At their
And they're-
instruction.
and
At
th-
their instructions.
Written instruction,
Written
which I
instruction.
have.
Don't pay it until we get it straightened
Right.
out.
And when I called them on, was it Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Wednesday.
One of their comments to us was that we haven't paid anything and that we needed to pay something.
In order to get the issue resolved, because she
Yeah.
said that's what's hanging it up right
But
now.
when did
Teresa
we let the
Hampton.
contract lapse? Because that was the issue last year.
It says it's good
No,
through.
we've done a
September.
we've got a 3-year
So
contract.
we
with them.
did sign a new contract with them.
It's under the state bid thing, so
It's
That's
already
when our bills went up, like mine tripled.
Yeah, it shouldn't have.
because they didn't have that fiber optic line in
For a
yet.
while, we were paying two bills because we had a landline and we had fiber optics coming in, and they had trouble getting the fiber optics. They kept
Yeah.
saying, "We're going to get it this month," and then it wouldn't
Yeah.
happen. Then
And
they
it
said,
was
"We're going to get
month
it
to
this
month.
month," and they said, and then it wouldn't happen. Then they said, "We'll get it this month." And I mean, we were 2 years,
Yes.
Penny. I can't remember.
It
It was 2 years waiting because they said that every time someone would show up, it was this and it was that, and then so we finally had the Stoles here because they'd try to say it was on their end, and then they'd say no, it was on their end. It's been a
It
nightmare.
has.
So
And there was a conference call that Tim and I and Sherry all talked to AT&T. The head guy that was supposed to be helping.
was that David? There was
David
a David.
Lawton.
There was a
David
David
Lawton.
Lawton that was the original
Yes, I
guy.
think
David
you're right.
he's the
Lawton.
one who
Yeah.
dropped the ball, and I dealt with
Yeah.
him for 8 months to a year, and
Because
he's
it
the one who
started
told me
way
not to
before
pay the
you.
bill.
Yeah, it started way before you were here. It was when
Yeah.
Sherry
Yeah.
was here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to talk to a second level manager there at AT&T, and I think they're willing to work with us to get this fixed. But I think we need to be able to show them that we're willing to work with them and pay what we obligated ourselves to pay.
Well, and that's
back.
cool.
I have no problem in paying that bill, but the way we could make them talk to us is if they don't have their money, they're going to talk to you. The minute you give them their money, then is the
Well, we're not-
wall going to go down and we're not going to have any conversation?
Well, I mean, as far as they're going to be concerned, is it's going to look like they're still not receiving their money if they don't get that fixed, because we're only paying half the bill.
Well, I mean, we'll pay our original bill of our quote of $1396.75 from September to from September of last year's when we didn't
now.
pay it till now.
Right.
But here's my question: we're overpaid from all those prior years, and they were supposed to give us credit because we've been paying 2 and 3 months at a time,
And David said he would give
and
us.
they said they were going to give us
I
credit.
wonder if that's the first
So-
step, though, is for us to get.
So
caught up there
I
and-
think we need to go back and find all what we paid in fiscal year 16-17 when we were. Was that the year? What year did you come
Yeah, it
in?
was
I
16,
came in
17.
17.
Yeah.
You came
Yeah,
in
it was
17.
16,
So
17.
you need to go back to that year and find out how much we've paid because we should have been paying this $13.95
95.
a month, and we've paid.
I
we've been
think-
paying like $3,000 and $4,000 a month. So we need to go back and say, document it. We'll make copies of all we've paid them and say, now you owe us back this and give us credit for that. And let's figure it forward and pay them the balance. I agree, but let's get a spreadsheet that shows what we've paid, overpaid, and then what we owe. I agree, we can pay what we owe, but we need credit. They told us they was going to give credit.
Okay, but they never mentioned how much.
No.
And,
That
well,
was
if
supposed
you-
to be negotiated.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't get it in writing from them,
Right.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the first step we need to take is to pay the 13 up through now, and then continue to work with this Teresa Hinton in order to get our bill corrected. And I agree, we need to do a spreadsheet to try and figure out on our end what we think we should get credit for. And then once we get that worksheet built, we'll send that to Teresa. But we shouldn't pay any more than this $13.96 per month.
Well, you mean you think we ought to just pay the $13.96 a month and forget about our past bills and then work on that separate instead of withholding that out of the payment? I think we ought to withhold it out of the
But they
payment.
basically said they won't move forward till we make some payment.
Okay.
Because it's been so long since we've had a payment. Isn't that kind of what you understood?
That's
from
what
her?
I understood.
Is if
And
we don't, I mean, they're not going
and
to
it
try to
sounded
work with
like
us.
they're getting ready to pull the trigger if we don't make a payment.
I mean, she's
it
holding
just-
it off right now,
Right.
but
So,
And just cancel our service.
so we could pay whatever we've been. So what if we paid from September to June 30th?
Yeah.
Because we've encumbered those. Let's get
Yes.
those bills straightened out. Get those bills straightened out.
Well, I don't know how far back this goes. Again, we need to do the worksheet to figure it
Yeah.
out.
but I know we haven't
paid
paid.
a phone bill for 8 months.
Yeah.
But you were paying double and triple for how many months? Do you
Right.
know?
Yeah, I even brought it to the board for like 3 months.
Yeah.
and I didn't have the budget for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
None
So
of
we
us
need.
did.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And that was because they kept saying we're going to move you over. We're going to move you over.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
going to get.
And you know, if we had another service provider,
We can just go to them.
we could just go to them, but we don't.
Right.
And so we can't afford to have our phone bill and internet cut off because that'd cripple us.
Well,
cost
as
more to
long
get
as
it
we
back up.
understand that if we pay from September to July in last fiscal year, get that caught up, and that we go back for, and Penny, you might be able to help us on that because on how far we go back.
When we cut the purchase order, we need to specifically state what the payment is for on the check.
Well, let's
In
put
the
a
memo
letter,
line.
and maybe we need to make a letter, and you need to get a hold of this Teresa and send it directly to her. And
It doesn't work that way. I have to send it. I have to send the payment into their payment processing center.
well, let's send a certified return receipt with a letter inside it.
Yeah, and
Let's
I can write a letter,
Let's do
and
that.
we can attach the letter to the check when we send it to the purchasing, and then we can make a copy of the check and the letter, and we can send a copy of the check and the letter to Teresa.
There you
and
go.
we put
There
it
you
in
go.
the mail.
That's good enough. That
Yeah,
ought to
let's
work.
do all that and do it with a certified
That'll
return
work.
receipt.
So that way she knows we cut the check. We want to get this resolved
Okay.
so that she doesn't cut us dead.
So that'd be for 10 months then.
Yes.
September through June of
June
this
of
year.
this year.
Yeah.
And it's all already encumbered.
Okay.
And stand by for this
But any
spreadsheet.
future, could we take it out of general until we get this mess straightened out with AT&T?
No, we need to keep on our budgets. We need to keep them like they are, I think.
I currently do not have a budget to triple my phone bill, so is that?
I don't.
But
Well, no, it's not. We're gonna going forward. We know we're gonna pay $13.96.75, and however
it'll be
that's
more-
divided.
It'll be $130, $130 something.
Since
So-
we already got the
Yeah.
fiber optic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it
If that's
is.
what they
That's the
agreed,
state contract.
yeah,
That's
so
the
it
state
should be like
contract.
Well, I mean-
$135 a month.
And we're dividing that by the
it's-
number of lines,
I mean, we
right?
clearly have an agreement to this price, so we just need to. Get it
Unfortunately, Tim had this, and we had not seen this piece of paper. That's the problem with things going to other departments, is because
Well,
we didn't have this.
That was the first time I saw it last week.
This was not hard for me to get a hold of. I mean,
But I've
I
asked
called.
him, and I've asked. No one's ever provided it. I've had 92 emails with that I sent to Teresa Hinton, and not once was anyone able to provide me a copy
No,
of this
you were.
quote.
Teresa's been very helpful. It was.
No, I've dealt with Teresa in the past too, but
You
you're
have?
the DA,
Okay.
so she's more helpful to you
Okay.
than she
But
is to me.
when I was
And
on the
she
phone,
stated
she was very helpful.
Right, and I'm not
So.
saying they've been rude or anything, but Teresa's been involved in the emails as well in the last few months.
Well-
But what I'm saying is, this was never provided to me. I've asked for that. They said, well, can you tell me what the quote is? No, I don't have the quote, but they never could provide it to me.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I'll be
the
honest with
eight-
you.
And that may that she may well be telling you the truth, because AT&T, they have. I worked there for a while, and
I'm sorry.
it was back when it was a great company, Southwestern Bell. It was before the divestiture, and then after the divestiture, things have continually gone downhill at AT&T because they have all these old systems, and the way that they were organized was each department had their own computer system.
After 9:30.
Okay.
And their own computer systems wouldn't talk to each other, and then they've just add layers of computers on top of computers, and so it's quite possible that they didn't have access to that quote because it was on a different computer system that didn't talk.
Okay, yeah, okay. We're supposed to open a bid at 9:30.
Well, do we need a motion on this real fast?
We do.
What does our motion need to be,
That we
Stephen?
will pay the
Just
state
the
contract
motion to pay the
State
the-
contract
the
13
contract price.
from September
to
to June. Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk move has seconds to pay the AT&T invoice of $1396.75 for September through June, and to create a spreadsheet for the past prior years to work out the credit due back to the county. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimous. Thank you, Stephen.
Okay.
To be continued.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks.
We need to move back. It is now 9:30.
I make a motion that we move back up to item E and open the bids for the pipe.
Second.
Hess moves. Ronk seconds to move up to item E and to open bids at 9:38 a.m. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
And we received one bid
One bid.
from Sunbelt. Read that stuff.
He is bidding for 11 3/4 inch with a .534 wall thickness and 65 pounds per foot. He is bidding $21.48 per foot. And all the paperwork is there, and that is the, what is this?
It's just a copy,
Copy
of the same
this
thing, yeah.
Okay. And, alrighty, with that, how many bid we have?
I think that's wonderful.
Okay.
I would move to accept that bid for $21.48 a foot.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconds to accept the bid from Sunbelt of $21.48 a foot for the pipe of 65 pounds per foot at 11 3/4 by .534 inch wall thickness. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. All right, that brings us down to item 8, commissioners' comments.
Road crossings?
None.
None.
None. I'm out of paper, Cindy.
Oh, you need a paper?
No, I'll write up here. I write too big.
I know.
I write
That's
too
what I
big.
end up writing. I was gonna say I've got more back. I've got some down here.
Actually,
If you need one.
I've got this one.
Oh yeah, there you go. See, that'll be just enough. If
Yeah.
not, I've got more down here.
Okay, Mr. Max, what do you have for us?
Went to the CED meeting. We're going to have a meeting down at the ACO conference there. We're going to have to replace a couple people on our legislative committee. Travis Rolla is not going to succeed himself. Got beat in the primary, so we'll have to replace
Who was it?
Travis Rolla.
I was watching the smoke
Oh,
behind you.
okay. I thought, okay,
No, I was.
there is a lot of smoke there.
Is it the mosquito guy?
Yeah, I wonder.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to discuss our 5-year plan down there again. The way it is, ODOT says that we had to have our negative balances cleared up. Logan County is going to bring forth a project to be done, and Marvin Goodman has been lobbying to get this done, and ODOT says they're going to allow Logan County to proceed with this project. We want to know how they're going to do that, if they're changing their standard operating procedure, because that's not what they've been telling us. And the 3 counties that were split out that complained that they wasn't getting anything done, so we took them and divided them out of ODOT Division 4.
Give them their own pot of money.
Give them their own pot of money, and now they're gonna,
negative because Oklahoma County, they said they'd carry Oklahoma County for 5 years, and now it's showing up that they want it this year.
They want it all this year.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah. So now what?
So that's what we're going to ask them.
Yeah.
Down there Wednesday,
I
because
hope Shannon Sheffert will be there at our meeting. I know he'll be at the conference, but I hope he comes to our CED.
he is supposed to be. We've requested the legislators in our district be there too, because we want them to see what this has done to our 5-year plan. And ODOT has set out that this is the rules we're going to follow, and now they're breaking their own rules. So we want them to tell us why and what they're going to do and how come this is going to happen. The other thing is, I got my the north mile of Trenton Road crack sealed. They got it done before they moved over to Cindy's district. They're going to come back by and do another project for me when they get yours done. But looks like I got that done for about under $5,000 on the material, so that was a good thing.
Yours was just the one. It wasn't the thick, the aggregate, right? Yours
They
was the
used
one.
both.
They did use both.
They used both.
Okay.
Yes, they did. But they didn't have to use as much. I didn't have the big cracks, not as bad as yours.
Mine.
My next project up there by Waukeeta has gotten some huge cracks. It's been crack sealed before, but they've opened back up. And this stuff here would have to be passed over and maybe a second time went over to fill the crack. So it's going to take a lot more material this time. But they're going to come back and tackle that here later. I met with Jason Brindley out at Clyde Road. And after last week down at the city at the statewide CED meeting, discussed some of these issues I just discussed with you guys. Even though we're getting federal funding to match this STP project out here, our district doesn't have any money that's available. Our ETR money's tied up. Mm-hmm. We got federal funding, and it's a crying shame if we can't be able to dig up the money to match that, because we're going to get extra funding for it. But there's no money out there right now. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. This deal here Wednesday will be a telltale sign. But we're going to go ahead. We're going ahead with the plans and the changing of what needs to be, what I think and Jason thinks we need to change on the plans to complete that road out there. We went out there, took 4 hours. We did.
See, and they won't tell us on they finally did say they're going to let us do our bid letting in October. in November, and since there isn't one in December, we're going to see if they'll let us double bid in November, but they think they'd rather let us double bid in January. Well, if you wait and double bid in January, that money that goes to the legislator, and they're going to say, well, here we go again.
Yeah.
If
Shows
they don't
the
let us,
legislators that you've got a big pot of money there.
again.
And
And that you don't have, because they still don't have all the money that's spent encumbered. They don't, like our counties, we have to encumber our money. We know it's spoken for, but there they don't encumber it and they don't show it. So if I go out and do $1 million project and we have to get a PO and we encumber our $1 million, we know that $1 million is spoke for, so we don't see it as cash funds. When we do it down there, they still see it as cash funds available. That's why we're upside down in our county funds with ODOT right now, because the legislator thought we had cash in the bank, and we didn't.
And we're going to have a whole new legislative,
Actually,
new
they didn't
slate
care.
of
They didn't care, no.
people come in. So we're going to have to do our best to educate them that this money is not
Right.
to be taken or can be taken, because this is
It's
what's
not a
gonna
rainy
happen.
day fund.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's all I have.
Pat, what do you have?
There's a chance with the rain. I think that chance dwindled, but there's a chance that we'll pour the deck on that bridge northeast of Nash this week.
Oh,
on the-
awesome.
Yeah, on the big bridge. So they've really been getting after it the last couple weeks. So
Didn't you have two bridges you're building?
yeah,
Yeah.
270 and 271A. They're
Yeah.
within, I don't know.
They doing them at the same time, driving piling.
No,
and
no,
then-
they're doing the big bridge first.
And then they're
And-
going to move to the next one.
We may, depending on how things go, we may the other one's got a low water crossing right now.
Mm-hmm.
We may wait till after farming season is over with
To start that one.
to start that one. Just kind of depends on how things go. But got that done. I've got a couple of people starting today. One is a new secretary, administrative assistant. Julian Garcia is going to kind of start going over to be, part of the road crew. And Sherry Eulberg will be the new secretary in District 3. I'm going to the ACO Safety Conference this week, and so I'll be leaving tomorrow. Won't be back till late Thursday night. That's about all I got. I did talk with Vaughn Spears from Kirby's. No, it was
And Keppel.
Van Keppel, and he says, "Well, you might get your truck week after next," and this was last week. And I said, "Well, how about a lease purchase contract? Because I doubt you'll let us have it without that." He said, "Oh yeah, forgot about that." So hopefully,
Now I got something from Oklahoma State Bank. Is that who?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I emailed it. Did I email it to you? I thought I did. If not, I
You
sent
may
it up
have,
to the
I don't
DA,
know.
And I thought I
Yeah,
sent
if
it
you
to
send it up to
I
Stephen,
sent
that's
it up
all
to
that
the
counts.
DA, or actually, it's on my desk, ready to
Yeah.
go up to the DA.
Okay, yeah.
So I did
if
get
we could
that,
get
but
that
I was
on,
going to verify all the figures and everything before I sent it up there. So.
And we can't sign it until you get it, because you
Right.
got to receive it
okay,
before
but I
we
can
can
go ahead
sign
and get it
You can
signed
get it
off.
signed off.
yes,
again.
yes.
So then you let me know when it needs to go on the agenda, if
'Cause-
you would, please.
'Cause
D-
you'll need
well,
the
I tell you what,
dates.
the next two. Go ahead and put it on next
I
week's
was gonna say,
agenda
'cause
because
I
there's
spoke
there's
to
a
the
shot.
banker. He called me and I told him it would be August 6th is when I would
I'll
try to
see.
have it on the agenda.
I'll see Vaughn Spears this week down at
Okay.
the conference.
Well, I got it. It was from the
If our
Oklahoma
trucks-
State Bank of Anita, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if our truck's ready, let's.
Okay.
We'll be
well,
able to do
okay.
it.
So that's in motion.
Yeah, okay, because then we're gonna automatically take it to the road. Max and I both have a lot of chip sealing that we need to
Okay.
get done. So that's all I got.
Well, at the ACO meeting last week, Gene Wallace said that he had been talking to the health department, Max, on this money. This $30 million
Yes.
that they line item vetoed. Mary Fallon did, and took that $30 million because they had to prop up the health department. And then, lo and behold, now the health department has found $30 million in hidden accounts. So this interim guy, he is all in favor of giving that $30 million back to counties. So he has talked to Charles McCall and told Charles Mr. McCall to he would like to see that put on their agenda for when they first come into session, to have that money swept back to our county funds. So that may help us, like on maybe looking at the projects that have federal funding, where we don't lose that federal funding. So maybe that $30 million, although it's not going to be all our district,
Right.
but that some of that may come back to us. That is the good news. Also, he also said all this data charging that they've been trying to pour onto counties, that is all not going to happen. Not going to happen. So do we have any of those POs that we had out there encumbered and not paid for data charges with the health department?
Oh, I'll look. I know what you're
Because
talking about.
if so, we need to.
I think we
can
paid. Can we be reimbursed?
No,
if
I
we
doubt. I
paid on
doubt
any?
it. No, I doubt that. I didn't think we paid any. I thought we
I don't
held.
think we did either.
I think
We stopped 'em,
I
didn't
think
we?
yeah, we held them. I think we
Yeah.
left them encumbered. That's what you need to check on,
Yeah,
because
I
if
think
they're
we don't
held,
have
If we
if
did, it
they're
was
out
just
there
one.
being
Yeah.
held as encumbered, we need to go ahead and cancel
Cancel
that.
those. I don't think we did, but I'll
get
double
with
check.
Get with Kelly on that.
Okay.
And of course, you had your health department meeting a couple of weeks ago
Yeah,
on that
it was just to approve the budget.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is some good news. Also, he is just interim. He's not going to be there that long, but he is very good. But the guy that is his assistant is the health department director from Cleveland County, which Derry Stacy knows very well, and I guess he's pretty sharp, and they're hoping maybe he might take that over. So he's working with them, and they're getting a lot of things straightened out.
Good.
The other issue is that they're discussing is, for example, we have our ad valorem tax that supports our health department, and why should the state health department tell us that we cannot? We had to change our nurse, and we had to
Yeah.
change everything. The state should not have been able to tell us, because those were our county dollars that were paying those bills. Something else they're
Kinda
looking
like the teacher pay
into,
raise.
right? Something else they're looking into is, like, we're using county funds to buy our vaccines, but yet when you go over there, and if you have health, good examples are flu shots. We all go over there and get our flu shots. Well, they turn that into our insurance, and our insurance pays them. Now, we've paid for those vaccines with our county money, but they're giving that money to the state.
Ooh.
And that he said that is not right. That is a no-no. That they're using one pot of funds to pay for stuff, and they're taking the reimbursement and not putting it back into the funds. He said that goes against everything statutorial. So we'll need to be watching those kinds of things. Does the health department, when they get their vaccine money, like someone comes in and they charge them, they bring that over to you, do they not?
They do.
They do.
It goes back into their health fees.
Okay, so but that goes to their state fund, right?
Um,
They move that, then transfer that over to their state fund?
There's some of their money that goes to state fund, but then there's some that goes back into their county health fund.
Can you kind
Find
of
out.
give me I'm just curious how ours has been running,
Yeah,
because they said
sure.
that's how that's
There's
been
been very
going.
little money they
Yeah.
keep.
Yeah, they were pretty much closed down. Now they're open for business again, but I think people realize, thinking that they're not here anymore,
Right.
and they've
Well,
made
a
other
lot of times
changes.
They didn't have the vaccine to give anyone.
Right. So anyway, I'm
Okay.
just curious on
Yeah, I'll
that.
look.
So on that, this week, tomorrow, we're going to have another hearing on the lawsuit on the Ford with Rothgibb. So I'll be attending that tomorrow. Wednesday, I'm going to probably come down to ACO for the CED and ACO meeting, but I'm not going for the conference. And then Thursday will be the Driving Oklahoma, the first meeting of Driving Oklahoma with Secretary Patterson and his group that are working on moving our transportation forward. And we meet once a month on that. So that's all I have at this time. Number 9.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Max is always
At
I am. I'm ready for that.
9:55. At 9:55, Hess moves. Ronk seconds to adjourn. All in favor?
Robert,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Ed,
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you guys
Okay.
very much.